Hi and welcome to the next in the series of Bruder RC conversion videos which I've been doing, and in this one I'm going to be looking at the Sprinter recovery truck, which also comes with this Wiley's Jeep. I'm going to start by getting it out of its box and seeing what comes in the set. It's a reasonable weight. This actually might be an interesting thing for me to motorise as part of the conversion. You've got little doors on each side. You've got these pieces here, which clip into multiple places both at the top and the bottom in order that you can stop something sliding off. If I was to put the Wiley's Jeep on, it will actually stay in place without rolling off. We have a couple of ramps at the back which just pull out. Might be interesting to try and radio control those. The front doors both open, and as usual there's a sticker holding one of the doors open. You've got quite good detail inside the cab, and a Bruder driver fits in there quite nicely. It'll probably take some time to position him so he's a bit more upright. And there's room on the other side for a passenger. If you're not going to be using the light and sound module, and this comes with both this for police lights and the emergency services type lights with the 4 buttons which will give you different sound and light combinations, which will clip in the top, but if you're not wanting to do that, you actually have kind of blanket plate sunroof there here. The front lights are covered in clear plastic, but it wouldn't be difficult to insert LEDs if you want proper lights inside the front. The rear just has stickers where the lights might go, but again LEDs will be easy enough to put in there. You've got a removable tow hook, which is pretty standard for the smaller trailers, and it looks like this part here comes out. There's a couple of tabs there that just pulls out to give you a clean front. I think that this is to hold different Bruder accessories, including the winch. Underneath there is plenty of room. The front wheels are non-steering. The bonnet is not opening. I was rather hoping that it would be, because that is one of my favourite places to put batteries. However, these side places here actually make for quite a good hatch access. I ought to perhaps take a few moments to have a quick look at the Wiley's Jeep which came on the back. This is a much lower quality item than the rest of it, but I don't think it really would have added a lot of difference to the price. The Bruder people go in there easily enough. Not so easy in the passenger side, but you can put a pocket in the back. The wheels are of a very hard plastic. It is very basic, but potentially for future builds there are pieces in here which I might utilise in other models. So for instance, it's actually got steering, and there might be some parts which I use for the steering on other models, perhaps even on this transporter. The seats are the right size too. It's a proper scale steering wheel, so there are actually quite a few parts which might actually end up being used in different models anyway. I know that I could buy the Wiley's Jeep quite cheaply, particularly if I wanted it to raid for parts. It comes with an engine in there too. I can't see myself using that, but there we go. So in terms of how this might go with the other bits and pieces which I've got, the trailer which came with the Land Rover, that would go on there nicely. The Nico radio controlled boat which I converted using the Gator interior, that would also go on nicely. I'll just test some of the other models which I've converted to see if they can get up onto the back. Starting with the John Deere 511M tractor. That seems to go on fine. I might need to think about putting something more grippy on these ramps. That just about manages to get on. And the Land Rover. That does too, but I think it would need something to hold it there because it does roll off rather easily. And once I've got round to it, I think that even possibly this cat bulldozer would go on there. I'm certainly going to have to think very carefully about maybe putting something more grippy on here so that things can get up, because this is quite steep here. The rest of this series is going to be concentrating on converting this to full RC and doing so in such a way as far as possible to keep it looking as much like it does now, and that means that I'm going to need to figure out how to steer these wheels and to drive the rear wheels here. For transmission at the moment I'm thinking about using this little Tamiya double gearbox with two motors. The reason for that is I'm going to get more torque out of having two motors than one motor, and by having the left and right independently driven I'm hoping to effectively get a bit of differential effect between the two rear wheels to improve the steering. This is at the moment quite narrow compared with these, so that's something which I have to take into account. But I can see how that would actually fit in that kind of area quite nicely without too much chopping away. Battery wise, I'm probably going to use the same sort of batteries which I used in the Jeep and the Land Rover, which are these little 1300 2S LiPos. For the radio system, I'm probably going to think about having more channels. It would be fun to have the winch able to be operated by radio control, as well as having the ramps coming out as well. So that's one of the challenges that I'm going to set myself. So for the radio, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to stick with Spectrum, but actually go 6-channel and use the air system. Again, I'm using orange Spectrum compatible receivers because they really are much cheaper, and certainly for a project like this, just as good as using the official Spectrum item. And for the transmitter, something like this. So this is the DX9. You certainly wouldn't need a 9-channel transmitter for doing this, and there are other makes of radio control which are considerably cheaper than Spectrum. I think that that's about it for this first video in the series. I'm really looking forward to doing this, and I think it's going to be quite good fun. There will be some challenges along the way, but I don't think anything is going to be that difficult to overcome. If you've enjoyed this video and you found it interesting, please click the like button, and I'd be really interested in any comments, especially before I start doing the other stages. You know, people might have some ideas and thoughts which I could take on board. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do. That way you'll get notifications of other videos in this series coming up. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching.